Hey guys, Tyler Ansman here with Tyler Ansman Performance. So it's an awesome time to be a pitcher and a baseball player in general with all of the available resources, but at the same time, it can be a little bit overwhelming. So what sets Tyler Ansman Performance apart in terms of a training resource? First, let me tell you my story. So between 2008 and 2015, I went from a lightly recruited high school pitcher struggling to throw 85 miles an hour to a professional pitcher throwing in the mid-90s. But it took a lot to get there. And what I kind of found as I was looking for resources to kind of help get me better, there were essentially two camps at the time. So there was the one camp where you had kind of the old school guys believing that velocity was innate and could not be trained. And then you had the new school guys who were offering weekend boot camps and quick fixes and that kind of stuff. But there was a lack of kind of evidence-based holistic training going on. So I needed to kind of find and build my own resource for that. What I needed was a holistic program. I needed to work on the strength conditioning side, the power side, the speed side, the mobility side, the technical and mechanical side, the body weight side. All of this needed to be addressed, but nobody was really doing all of these things together at the time. So I read all the peer-reviewed articles I could find. I read all of the kind of blog entries I could find from various experts. I went and talked to people. I did as much digging as I could. I learned as much as I possibly could, and I started experimenting on myself. So I went from somebody who'd never thrown 90 miles per hour in my life to, at 22 years old, throwing 90 for the first time, at 24 years old, throwing 94 and above for the first time. And kind of this took me down the path of, as my career was winding down, before I wanted it to and before I was maybe ready for it, I was starting to get kind of inquiries from physical therapists, from other coaches, from parents, from athletes, all these things, wanting me to train them or their athletes or kind of help them kind of down the path as well. And so Tyler Ansman Performance was born for the year. So let's start with just a couple of remote guys. You can read all about these kind of on the website as well. There's a testimonial page and some results and all that kind of stuff. But kind of one example was a college senior, Mike McDonough. He was in pain when he came to us. Was kind of topping out at 86 miles an hour, had kind of had on and off injury history going through his college career. And in that next year, we took it from 86 to 95 on the mound. We had Chris Perry come in again with pain, was a high school junior, had some shoulder issues, was topping at 86 miles an hour, got him to 93 kind of heading into his senior high school season. And then we've had in-person results that have been really cool as well. So Sam Butts came in as a sophomore in high school throwing 70 miles an hour, and as a high school senior threw 90.8 for the first time. We had Jonah Stockton come in throwing low 80s, heading into college throwing 91. So there's been kind of a lot of really cool stuff happening. We've gotten to see some really awesome results, kind of help guys on their path to get better. So if you're interested, there are a lot more results kind of on the website and social media and stuff as well that you can dig into if you like. But how does all of this work? So kind of the first thing is our assessment process. So this is where we'll dig into mobility, we'll dig into the biomechanics side, we'll dig into kind of the pitch arsenal side, we'll dig into the strength, power, body comp side, all of these things. So we'll get kind of really in-depth information so we can kind of build out your program. This sounds like a lot, but what we're gonna do when we take in all this information, we're gonna give you kind of clear and simple goals as we go on the throwing side, on the strength conditioning side, on the body weight side, on the mobility side, all of these things so you can kind of take the program and run with it without having kind of too much guesswork on your end. Now, this doesn't mean the program is stagnant by any means, because as we go through this, there's inevitably going to become issues that pop up, whether it's how does this, kind of integrate with the practices that you're having. I've had this plateau, how do we get around this? All of these things, and so we will troubleshoot as we go. This is why it's really important that we communicate, that we get videos from you, all of these kinds of things so we can make this work as we go. This is a living program, not a stagnant document. So that kind of sequences nicely into kind of our next point. So what happens if your team, school, whatever, has stuff they want you to do as well? Totally fine, something we commonly work with. So we can kind of work around whatever the requirements are for this team. If your coaches are kind of open to it, we'll also work with them to make sure we're giving you kind of all of what you need. And then we'll kind of go from there with kind of building out the program around whatever's currently required. But what we're looking to do is kind of just be as much of a helpful resource for you as we can be. What we're not looking to do is kind of have this be like a quick kind of 6-month or a year relationship. We want to be a resource for your entire career and kind of help you however we can. So whether you're looking to come kind of in-house, remote, or a combination of both of these, feel free to reach out to us for more information. Let's get you going.